Welcome to episode of Potion Sword Run. I'm Original Seed. Hopefully you're having an awesome day today. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about Cyberpunk 2077 and the big fiasco of how it launched. But not necessarily put all the blame on CD Projekt Red, but I think some of it also lies within the YouTube community, especially those who had the game early and were praising it as the second coming of Christ. But it definitely turned out to be something else. Now, some of you are going to say that this video is going to come out as salty, and I say I don't care. Put salt on me. Shoosh me away like a snail I am. The truth of the matter is, I love Cyberpunk 2077. I've been playing it this last week non-stop, and that's why I haven't been making videos. I've just been enjoying my time with it. Bugs and all. I don't like the crashes, but you know, I don't mind a bug here or there. They're quite funny. Now, CD Projekt Red is definitely to blame for this big hype and letdown. But YouTubers also played a key role in building that hype, especially within their communities, especially the big YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of subscribers who had a chance to play the game early months ago. And when they reported back, they reported that the game was the best experience they played. I remember these videos, and some of these videos are from YouTubers that are respectable. Some who actually call out power, who rail against corporations when they do a bad thing. However, when it comes to CD Projekt Red, they were always held to a higher standard. And the thing is, I can understand why. Because when you get wooed, you don't necessarily start to look at the people as the corporation. Because even though the corporation is made up of people have the ability to build these personal relationships that don't necessarily reflect the values of the corporation itself. So when it comes to YouTubers having to critique something, some of them feel like they're critiquing the people that actually helped them get this access. So they don't want to be harsh. Now, most of you guys already know that, and YouTubers who partake in these events know that too, so they try to be objective as they can. But the thing is, these corporations aren't stupid. They're investing every time they give these YouTubers access, either free games or trips to see the games early. And in the end, they're gonna want a return on their investments. And they're not necessarily gonna be inviting those YouTubers who are very critical of the way they do things. They're gonna manipulate the YouTubers to make them believe that everything is honky-dory. They're gonna play the game, and they did play the game, in an environment that was controlled. Otherwise, they would have been able to see all the bugs and crashes that are happening now. Essentially, the whole point of these events were to propagandize these YouTubers. And the thing is, some of them kind of fell for it. You can see it in their backgrounds. You can see it on the chairs they sit on. You can see it in statues. You can see it in the free games they get. Because the bottom line is, these corporations, these companies, are gonna want a return on their investment. And that's kind of exactly what CD Projekt Red got. Every time Cyberpunk 2077 was delayed, they got a return on their investments. Because all these YouTubers said, hey, take your time, don't worry about it, I want the best game when it comes out. They got a return on their investment every time some reporter broke a story about how they had to crunch again. Hey, I know it kind of sucks that they have to crunch, but you know, they are getting paid overtime and they do get free food, and it's only gonna be for 2 weeks. So even though I wish they wouldn't crunch and they just delay the game, CD Projekt Red is only doing it because they have to. And they got a return on investment when CD Projekt Red announced that bonuses would not be tied to Metacritic. Now, first of all, why in the fuck are bonuses tied to Metacritic? They should be tied to a certain percentage of sales. That way, the more the game sells, the better the bonus is. It would incentivize these developers to put their best foot forward because they want the game to sell the most they can. But no, CD Projekt Red rather have an excuse not to give them their full bonus. Instead, they have to put their fate on people who have biases to review a game, when most of them who are reviewing the game don't necessarily know all that go into it. But instead, they might focus on something like transphobia and write the whole article around that. Having your bonus tied to Metacritic, it's like having your insurance tied to your job. It just doesn't make sense. Now, I've seen a lot of these YouTubers get a lot of backlash on Twitter, deservingly so. Because one thing that I learned from a game called Subliminal is that perception is reality. And when you're decked out with all this free stuff that the developers give you, and you start making videos that are making excuses for a certain developer, and when the game doesn't deliver, perception is that you're biased and paid for. Now, it's not up to me or up to you to question these YouTubers' integrity. It's up to them. If they feel that they can be subjective, and they were subjective, and they didn't have to cross their morals in order to cover this game, then who am I or you to say they did? But this should just come as a learning moment for everybody, both video creators and video watchers. Corporations always want a return on their investment, and every time they woo you, they're investing in goodwill. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. Would you? I wouldn't. Now, that's gonna do it for this episode. Remember, when shit's the fan, and you see a YouTuber decked out in yellow and neon colors radiating from his room, Cyberpunk statues all around telling you that there's nothing wrong with the game and it's only a little glitch here or there, run.